Merry Christmas, everybody! Today we are doing $10 DIY Christmas decor part 2. If you have not seen part 1, I suggest going to check it out. We do some gorgeous, simple DIY Christmas decor for under $10. So go check that out, then come back here and we'll dive in. I wanted to give you all a Christmas gift. So this next project that we're gonna do is DIYable if you want to DIY it and you enjoy drawing or line drawing, sketching, that kind of thing. But if you feel like that sort of thing is out of your wheelhouse or you just don't have the time, that's okay, because I've provided it in the link below, so you are totally welcome to it. Something I've learned about living in a small space is you don't have a lot of extra storage for off-season decor. So one of the things I decided to do a few Christmases ago is to create a paper Christmas village, because you can just pack it in an envelope off-season. If you are the type to enjoy drawing, sketching, the way I found inspiration for this was going to Pinterest, looking up houses, looking up house drawings, things like that, or looking up specific like A-frame, country church, things like that. So if you are inclined to drawing, that is a great place to start. The other reason I really like this style of Christmas village is because every year you can add to it if you want. I also wanted to create another house for my little village. I actually found this cute little house at the dollar store, and so took a photo of that, and that is what I've translated this into. Okay, I've got my black ink pen. I'm going over my A-frame to give it the final outline. It's just a simple black ink pen. I really like this one for doing line drawings. Okay, I've added some bricks to my little church here. So bricks are on it, just going out again in the black pen, adding some depth. Here's just a little time lapse of me going over every brick. I figured you didn't want to watch it in real time, but it's kind of fun to see the brick come to life a little bit more with the black pen, the doors and all the wood slat kind of spots. I think I might add some more Christmas decorations to it. I also think I might make this one a brick building as well, because I only have the church that's brick so far in my whole Christmas village. So going over this, it might end up having bricks all over it. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I've got them all printed. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to do a little bit more defining on some spots with my black pen. And I'm also going to show you how I cut them out so that they have foldable, like so they have kind of a base underneath. So I'm going to start by just, don't cut them out on the bottom, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've got them cut out roughly. I didn't cut off the bottom of them because this is going to end up getting folded under to be a base for the different houses and stuff. So you can go around and cut out a little bit as intricately as you want. You can go around the top and the sides, but make sure you leave as much as you can on the bottom until the next step. See, I've cut them all out. And I left the bottom part of each of them. And now I'm going to show you why. So we're going to take our church, don't know what this is, and you're just going to fold it up to the bottom of the building. And because this is hand drawn, nothing is straight. So just do it wherever you're happy with. And I would also suggest use a cardstock, because if you don't use cardstock, it'll still work, but it might only last one season. So use a cardstock. When you're cutting it out, leave space at the bottom. Fold the bottom up to the base of the building. You might have to do some folding and stuff. But then your building is going to sit like this. In the past, I've also put sticky tack on the bottom or put a piece of paper and glued it here so it stayed in shape. So you can try whatever you need to try wherever you're going to have it, but that's what I do. So I'm just going to fold the bottom up on every single one. Ta-da! I've folded them all, and now I'm going to set up my little village. Today is bend candles. I'm sure there's a more technical term, but kind of reshape, reform long taper candles into something more interesting. This is a trend that happened a couple years ago. I'm 2 years behind, but I still think it's really cool. So let's do that. Okay, candles are sitting in the nice hot water. I think they're just gonna need to sit for a few minutes, so I'll let them sit. This one is too long, so I'm gonna have to dunk it, rotate the dunking. So anyways, I'm gonna let them sit for a couple minutes. Okay, my candles, I think, are bendy enough. I think I'm gonna start with this guy because it started out bent. So I'm gonna just do a little bit. The nice thing about these two is that you can flatten the bottom so that it sits like we can flatten this part so that it'll actually sit straight, which is nice. I'm gonna keep it in the hot water as I'm flattening it. I think I'm gonna go bend just like a little bit of a snaky kind of. Okay, I'm gonna let that continue to sit in the hot water. Okay, this one, I want to try twist. You can just take it and start spinning it. Oh, sometimes it breaks. See, this is what DIY is all about. Sometimes you break stuff, and that's okay. Ooh, this one's nice and bendy. This one, I just want to go like a little squiggle. It's quite thick, actually. We're going to bend. You know what I mean? Kind of like this. If you feel like you're really fighting it, just leave it in the hot water. Change the hot water if you need to. I'm going to keep going with this one. That looks great. Okay. We're going to go this way a bit more. And then we're going to come back and go straight up. This one I kind of want to do like where it's sitting and then it loops back around. I don't know if it's long enough, but let's try it. Where it's going to like sit back down there, so that's flat like that. That looks cool. Okay, yeah, that one's sick. Okay, so while this one is, I found another one. While this one is loosening up, I just grabbed a rag because the candles are like a little bit chalky. So I'm just gonna give these a little bit of a wipe because they look slightly chalky. We did it, just like that. So it's like a little bit of a twist, which is cool. So we gotta make sure this is lined up, that this is flat on the bottom. Cool! Okay, I'm gonna let them have a good dry, and then let's style them. One of the things I wanted to try is bleaching pine cones. I saw it a ton like a couple years ago on Pinterest. It's very farmhouse or boho because it's kind of like that whitewash style thing. Okay, I've done a touch of Googling. It looks like we literally just put pine cones in a bucket with bleach. 2 parts water to 1 part bleach. So I'm gonna mix that in my tiny little Home Depot bucket, and then we're just gonna add the pine cones. Okay, I have my bucket. It looks super dirty, but it is clean. I cleaned it. I'm just gonna, this is just bleach right now. I just wanna pop a pine cone in. Well, nothing happened. Pine cones are in there. I put big ones, little ones, and some of those baby ones too. So cute. And it also says you're supposed to keep it submerged. So I'm literally just gonna put the bleach bucket in it. There, submerged. Okay, it says to wait 24 hours. I don't think I'm gonna wait that long, but we'll see. And also, wow, it's so gross. So, bleaching pine cones. As you saw, I put the pine cones in the bin, in the bleach. I left them for, ended up being 24 hours, 28 hours. They still didn't look like they were bleached. So I was like, oh no. So I dumped out that water and I put in a 1-to-1 ratio and I left them for another 24 hours because they just didn't look like they were getting bleached. Pro tip, they are. They just look like they're not because when they get wet, they just stay dark, I guess. So it did work. Let me show you. Look at them. They totally worked. They're like an ashy, creamy, get my face out of here. I really like them. They look so cool. This one, I don't exactly know how I'm going to display them or style them because my only idea was either a garland, which we've done already, or stuffing them into the tree, which we don't have yet, or putting them just in like a nice display centerpiece thing. But I don't have a glass vase. How do I not have a glass vase? So here we are. Not decided yet. So let's just cut to the pine cones looking gorgeous. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for spending the time with me, for maybe doing something new that you haven't done before. I really appreciate your support and your time as I'm getting into this, trying new things. I hope to inspire you guys to try new things too. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!